And good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's B West Titanic clash between What's Wave Clear in the blue trunks and CM After Dark in the red trunks. So the coin flip went to CM After Dark. They've chosen to take first pick. So What's Wave Clear banned Battlefield of Eternity and Dragonshire, and CM After Dark banned Volskaya and Hanamura Temple. So we will be going to Braxis Holdout, and teams are here ready to go. Looks like a couple fans are here ready to go. I'm here ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and let the teams get the game going, and then we will jump right in on our way to Braxis Holdout. Alrighty. Cloud of Minds After Dark have the first pick, so they'll have the first ban. But if you're here watching the stream, you probably knew how that worked. So let's see who they want to get rid of. Nazebo with the ever-present spider build might be a good ban here. We'll see if What's Wave Clear takes it away, or if Clouded Mind says, yeah, we just don't want to see that guy in. Get rid of Vala. Could also be a lot of target bans. I don't know much about either one of these teams and what they play, so hopefully they know a little bit more than I do. I'm sure that they do. I'm sure they've done their research. See Ruffian and Nilius out there in chat. Howdy, howdy. Alarak. No Alarak. One of my favorite voices in the game. Give it up for John Delancey. So Symbolic thinking about what his team doesn't want to see. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Zebo, but we get the Sonya. So in this map, as you all well know, that top lane is so important. And Sonya is one of the heroes that you can definitely trust to patrol that lane on her own without a lot of hand-holding from the rest of her team. So solid ban. I like it. I give it a 6.5 out of 10. And Cloud of Minds After Dark going to come back. They're thinking about it. And they come back with Garage. So Garage will not be tossing people all over the place. And let's see what first pick What's Wave Clear wants to deny from Clouded Minds. So while we're waiting, look at the standings. This is a pretty important game as far as B West goes, as Chromie's off the board. So What's Wave Clear stands in first place with 18 points. Cloud of Minds After Dark, and I believe third place with 16 points. But What's Wave Clear has played 8 matches. CM After Dark has only played 6. So they're, in hockey, we call that being behind, but with games in hand. And there's the Nazebo. Skycake does graph him with the first pick. So they do have those 2 matches in hand. So a domination from CM After Dark would vault them into first place. But What's Wave Clear would very much like to get those points for themselves. And here we go with Brightwing and Tassadar. Brightwing, always a good pick. That polymorph, so powerful. She can easily get from point to point here, so that can be really useful on any point control map. And Ice goes with the Diablo, and Death Punisher brings out the Stukov in a sharp red outfit, I must say. Looking very natty there. So we get to the second round of bans. And Symbolic's thinking about what they don't want to put with that Diablo, Stukov, and Nazebo. Might see an offlaner ban here because they don't have an offlaner yet. Nope. Instead, you see the Vala ban. So she does get a little ban respect, just a little bit later than everyone else. And Cloud of Minds After Dark, probably get rid of a soul laner or a tank, I would imagine. But we will see. Icus. So could mean they have a really big beefy solo laner that they want to protect, although Diablo is a nice big target for that Tychus minigun as well. So we get Mal'Ganis and Varian. I would assume that the Mal'Ganis is a tank and Varian's the offlane, but I think maybe you could flip it the other way. I don't see this combination all that often. I'm interested to see. We'll have to pay attention to what their talents are, and well, basically, who goes to the top lane when the map starts. And if anyone out there in chat can tell me exactly why top lane is a solo lane on this map, I will give them $10. I will Venmo it to you. Nobody's been able to explain that to me. I don't know why that's the solo lane. I'm sure there's a reason, but I don't know what it is. So see if any of you can come up with a reasonable answer. So we see Hogger taken by Tiger and Venus on the Cassia. And we'll see who we fill out this draft with. Everyone's thinking about it tonight. And we go with Samuro, Master of the Camp. So they'll be chasing him around all night. Or at least for the first game. So it looks like no one's going to swap. So we are good to go here. So let me play a cool hype video. If you guys aren't already excited enough, this will get everyone just going into a frenzy. And we'll see you in game one. All right, so here we are ready to go with game one. Let's go ahead. Whoops. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and introduce our teams. In the blue corner, we have Viper on the Bright Wing, Symbolic on the Tassadar, Mal'Ganis played by Plied Pagan, Chase on the Varian, and Benzine on the Samuro. In the red corner, we have Death Punisher on the Stukov, Ice X on the Diablo, Skycake 420 on the Nazebo, Tiger on the Hogger, and Venus on the Cassia. So we know most of the team is going to be coming here to the bottom lane, so let's go ahead and see what's going on. I'll have to keep an eye on that top lane. I'm not sure how Samuro handles that top lane against Hogger, and that puts Varian and Mal'Ganis in the bottom lane, so I was wrong. It looks like neither one of them are going to be off-laning, so interesting. I'll have to see how this goes. So Nazebo will not be stacking spiders. Nazebo's went Thing of the Deep, so he'll have his normal quest, but he won't be worrying about the spiders. He'll be finishing that quest to get more spell power. Interesting. Hogger's going to be took Journeyman Cooking. Cassie's going to be collecting lightning strikes. And on the opposite side, Varian, of course, with the Lion's Maw, and Tassadar will be taking his time to get some extra auto attacks in to finish that quest. And we'll have beacons up in 25 seconds. Again, it's getting kind of aggressive there. Putting everyone to sleep will let you do that. I think they're looking to put someone to sleep and then maybe put the wall on the other side of them so they can't escape. So let's go check out that top lane here real quick. Not a whole lot going on there. Just kind of a gentleman's agreement. We're going to take care of our lanes. And of course, because while we're looking there, Nazebo gives Mal'Ganis a timeout. So that's first blood for Clouded Mines. And we do have both temples, or both points going red at the same time. So that's going to start the countdown to 100 there. Oh, Varian's in a little bit of trouble. He's in a zombie wall, and he is going to go down. So that's second blood. As the channel continues to tick, we're at 56% here. In the top lane, looks like Samuro's going to have to back, so no pressure up there. Mal'Ganis does come in on the bottom lane. He gets Brightwing to come in and bolster his health bars there. But level 4 is here for Clouded Mines, and more importantly, a whole bunch of Zerg are here for Clouded Mines. So In the top lane, we've got Hogger and Samuro. Hogger gets away from Samuro, so he's got the one Ultralisk up there and some Zerglings. But in the bottom lane, we've got a whole pile here, so they're going to start to crash into that wall. This happened so quickly, there wasn't a lot of time for either team to do a whole lot of damage to the wall. So this hasn't been softened up, but doesn't matter. The Zerg just crunch in there. Wall's gone. They're going to get to the fort. Ice stuck on the wrong side of the wall. He does get polymorphed, but he still gets out. Death Punisher doing a really good job to get him out of there, and that silence kind of helping to zone there. Valganis once again getting deep, but he is putting everyone to sleep, so he can get away with that. And the Zerg are going to be gone here. We've still got a little bit of a fight going on. Looks like Cloud of Mind's thinking discretion is the better part of valor, so they're going to come back. Weenius doesn't get back quickly enough, so Varian is able to put the finishing touches on that. In the top lane, we have Hogger. Looks like he's going to be content to soak. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go grab a camp here sometime soon. We can see the other teams. So they're both taking their bottom camps. That's the easy camp for the blue side and the hard camp for the red side. And in the top lane, looks like Hogger's definitely getting the better of that so far. I'm wondering if they'll switch that up and get some more rotating on camps, but he's not really getting crushed in the lane, so I'll just see how that plays out. So the hard camp is taken. Stukov working on the easy camp. He does have that nice big auto attack, but there's a whole lot of people coming, and Death Punisher Spider sends one off, and he said, I need to get out of here. So Hogger has to back up a little bit. That wall kind of isolates him out of the play. While Gannis comes in, puts Diablo to sleep. Diablo is able to charge out of there. This fight continues. Diablo with the flip on Samuro, but he's able to get out of that easily. And the objective of that whole thing was that camp, and Cloud of Mind started, and Cloud of Mind's able to finish it. So they're going to come up here, and they're going to push a little bit. In the meantime, what's wave clear? Going to clean up that camp in the bottom lane, so it's not going to do a whole lot of damage. He'll be able to clear it up before he gets to the fort, I believe. So in the top lane, while they're clearing up that, they see all sorts of blue nameplates bottom, so they know they're not up here, so they are going to push. One of the towers is going down, the other one is down, the wall's down, so they have full access to that fort. I don't think they're going to take advantage of it quite yet. Tiger goes right through the wall there, he's safe. And so we've got everyone on the top of the map for now. Channel will be coming online in 4 seconds. Zippo's about halfway to the quest, where he starts getting that extra spell power. Death Punisher with a nice silence going in there. Samuro puts him in a little bit of a bind. However, Diablo's, he is going to limp away with 350 health, so he'll be back in the fight here shortly. Death Punisher will try to get him back healthy, and it looks like he's going to do that. In the meantime, Hogger in the bottom lane is alone. Gannis diving in, gets a sleep on Diablo and Stukov. They're going to use the wall for defense there. Step back just a little bit. Although Diablo with the super aggressive charge, and Tassadar, he was low, he was away, and then he was not. Tassadar falls, so that's 3-1 kills for Cloud of Minds. And Stukov's going to have to back up here. Mal'Ganis may be in a little bit of trouble if he can get the flip, and then nice teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. Nice flip into the silence. It's almost like they've played together and done this before. So they're going to be able to channel top, and bottom has been red for the entire time. It was never in question. So while the channel is cooking, Cloud of Minds takes out that well top, so we don't have a well on top or bottom. That's going to be a hardship for what's wave clear. And we've got 4 people top. Brightwing with a nice polymorph to get Diablo to get back a little bit. And Diablo is asleep. He is way out in front of his team, but he wakes up from the polymorph, and there's a nice silence waiting on him that enables him to get out. He's still really low. Is Diablo going to get out? He's down to about 300 health. Yes, he is. Let's go check on the bottom lane. So Samuro was able to flip that over. Tiger had to go back and tap, I believe. So he's going to try and take it back. So I think he's going to be okay against Samuro. Let's go ahead and see how this plays out. We're probably going to miss something top, but solo laners need to get some airtime too. So APOC, that means something's going down up top, and that something is Varian. And Mal'Ganis trying desperately to get away. He's at 400 health, but Brightwing's going to come in at about 150 health. So Brightwing's able to get out of there, but not so much for Mal'Ganis. And the silence, nice silence on a Tassadar. He does get out of it in time to drop the wall, but it's not in time. And we see that Nazeebo has finished his spell power quest. So he's, I believe, 10, 15% more powerful? 10% more powerful. So the channel, we're at 68% here and climbing. Top 4 is going to go down. Varian's going to head down to the bottom here. He's going to step on it. Is it going to be in time? No, it's not. That's going to be 100. So we had the 100 to 18%. And Clouded Mines taking the top camp here. So we still just have the one Ultra list. That will be dealt with in quick order. So let's head back to the top where most of the excitement is going to go down. Zerg are coming in. They have a camp in front of them that's going to soften it up for their arrival. Nice ball of lightning there. They are able to get apart from each other and break that up, but it just did get a couple clicks. Diablo with a nice charge, but Mal'Ganis is able to walk out of that and get some sleep action. And Brightwing, we have Emerald Wind, so you see her using that as a disengage. So I don't know if this keep is going to be in danger or not, but we still do have 44% of the Zerg wave, so this is not over yet. There's the Slappy Ghost coming out from Nazeebo, chasing down Tassadar. Tassadar is going to survive, but he did have to back up. So we still got a couple of healthy Zerg. And Mal'Ganis falls. He was able to get back, but Castia caught him leaving. So are they going to stay and force the issue on this keep? It is 5v4, but you've got that keep as a defender, so that kind of evens it out. And I think they are going to decide that, 30% of that keep is enough, so they're just going to back up. So where are they going to go now? My guess is we're going to see him paint the map red here. So Diablo is going to go and go full recall to get full. Bottom camp's being taken. Hogger's on the bottom camp. 13 is here for Clouded Mines, so what's wave clear? It's got to figure out how to soak and get 13 before they give it too much more. This one could get a little bit out of control. So CM After Dark says, look, there's a boss and we have a talent here and everybody's here. So let's rip it. Boss is down to about 50% already. Samuro sees it. Don't know if he's going to be able to do anything about it. Nope. He's just kind of a witness, so he'll leave and tell the story. So now we have a boss and camps bearing down. So the boss is going to go to the bottom lane. So let's see what happens here. Meanwhile, Hogger was top. He's going to make his way down here as well. I think he's looking for a bush to maybe jump out of and surprise someone. Or he's just going to go and walk up and smack the wall. Not very surprising, but also effective. Boss still at 100%, hasn't been touched. So it will arrive at the wall. Tower's being softened up a little bit by the dynamite of Hogger. Diablo with the APOC and popping in, and then the silence actually secures the kill there. Stukov with a nice push to get, I believe that was Samuro, out of the equation. Mal'Ganis goes down. Diablo's got tower aggro. He's got to get back out of there, and he does. He breaks the, breaks it off. And that's a boss at like 80% and 5 members of Clouded Mines After Dark against the Keep and Brightwing and Varian. Varian does finish his quest, but I don't think it's gonna help at this point. I think that core is just gonna go down. Ice just continuing to make sure there's no doubt about this. Charging into people, flipping them over, saying, hey, this is our core now. And that is going to be our first game going over to Clouded Mines. So let me do favorite thing as a caster, the one bit of power that I have, and that is marking who won a map. So we're going to mark that map as in Cloud of Mines. So miraculously, that'll put a 1 up there. So let's go take a look at some stats here. So if we sort it by damage, we can see that Tessadar was actually top damage, but WHATS Wave Clear just wasn't able to convert that damage into kills. They did take down, who died? So they did take down Cassia. So if you want to report someone, if you're the captain of CM After Dark, then I guess you report Weakness for feeding. But he did also lead his team of damage and put up 11 takedowns. So I don't think that report's going to be coming out. This was just Cloud of Mines After Dark from top to bottom. They came out. Hogger really did a good job of controlling the top lane, and the 4-man just rolled. So we'll see if WHATS Wave Clear, what they've got in the tank for the second game. So we're going to take a little break while we get the second game set up, and we'll see you on the other side of that break.
You shall pay for this treachery. Come and take your punishment.
It's boom time! Pedal to the metal. Let's get this party started. And I'm out of here.
Are you trying to show me up? You're a bother. My wrath takes form.
Calling for a retreat. Smell you later.
Light condemn you.
Oh, Gaia.
This is gonna be too much fun. Someone should probably stop us.
My people lost everything. Their light was extinguished, replaced by a hunger for magic and vengeance. We became the Blood Elves. Now, I will fight for my homeland. Selama Ashalanore. I am Prince Kael'thas, and the time for a reckoning has come.
These fools were warned of.
All right, welcome back, everyone. So the story of the night so far is Cloud of Mines on the first map on Brax's Holdout, and for the second map, WHATS Wave Clear has chosen first pick, and Cloud of Mines says, okay, let's go to Infernal Shrines. So let's go meet the team in the draft, shall we? As always, I have my buddy Norbert along in the co-pilot seat, making sure I stay on the straight and narrow. I see we got some subs out there. Thank you, Mr. Moistuinus. Most appreciated. Unnecessary, but definitely appreciated. So WHATS Wave Clear with the first pick this time. So I don't know if they'll take that Nazebo away from Skycake. It was fairly effective. I don't know if they have someone that will want to take it. They'll play it for themselves. Or maybe just get rid of it. That Diablo was also pretty effective. If you're CM After Dark, maybe you consider getting rid of the Tassadar. Not the best mage here because he doesn't throw a circle down like Kel'Thas or Jaina or Orphea does, which is really nice on the objectives on shrines. But he was pumping out a lot of damage, so Death Punisher with a tiny bit of a respect band for him there. He will not get to play the Stukov here, so he'll have to go and figure out a different healer to play. So chat, if you got to declare an MVP from game 1, who's your MVP? I think mine's going to go, it's going to be a surprising pick, but I think I'm going to go with Hogger, because that lane was just his the whole game. Not flashy, doesn't get on camera a lot. You're not going to see it on SportsCenter, but just effective top to bottom. So I like a guy who just grabs his lunchbox, goes to work, does a job, and goes home. It's my kind of team. So we see the Alarak band come out. I'm assuming that someone on What's Wave Clear is a nasty Alarak, so they don't want to see that played. And What's Wave Clear gets rid of the Chromie. So do we see the Nazebo band here? Or do we see something a little more meta? Maybe Vala? More likely someone that What's Wave Clear plays well. I don't think Vala's has to be banned early that she was a couple months ago. And we get rid of Sylvanas. Not my war chief, by the way. Not my war chief. So the Sonya does not get banned, and she will come out, and she is going to get first pick. So she will be spinning to win in that objective pit, killing all the little skeletons. And no Tassadar ban, but Sky King says, hey, I can take it away. That's almost as good as a ban. Very clever, very clever. And Brightwing and Tassadar, I guess they come as a package. So you take one, you get both of them. So Death Punisher will be playing that Brightwing. And the Garrosh that was banned in the first game is going to come out to play. Plied Pagan's going to play that Garrosh. And Viper's going to play the Anduin behind it. So here you've got to look out for Garrosh throwing someone, Anduin locking them down, and then the rest of the team possibly tearing their face off. We'll have to put a bookmark on that and see who's going to be doing the face tearing here when we finish the draft. But that's the thing you got to be afraid of if you're on Cloud of Mines After Dark right now. Don't let the bad man touch you is kind of the rule when you're playing with Garrosh. Anduin can also pop that light bomb on someone that's been thrown and just delete them. So we see the Nazebo. Skycake played it last game, but What's Wave Clear not going to take any chances that someone else can play Nazebo. So they said, yeah, let's just not. Let the spiders, thing in the deep, whatever build they're going to go, let's not deal with it. So they choose to get rid of it. And Cloud of Mines gets rid of the Lunara. So she won't be spreading poison everywhere. Isaacs picking up the Johanna. Weena says, Cassio worked in the first game, so I'll bet it works in the second game. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And we'll see what's Wave Clear wants to do with their 4th and 5th pick here. We get Junkrat and Greymane. So remember the face tearing off that I mentioned earlier? Yeah, that's probably going to be Greymane doing a majority of the face tearing off. Ruffian coming in hot with a gift sub, so thank you very much, everyone that got a sub. I don't have any emotes or anything fancy, but I guess you're part of the Rackham family now, so welcome to all. And Tiger also taking a page out of the If It Ain't Broke, Don't Fix It book and going with Hogger. So that's our lineup. Team Skinny ready. We'll be in game 2. I'll see you there in a moment. All right, here we are, ready for game one, and let's mix it up a little bit, and we will introduce the red team first. So we have Skycake 420 on the Tassadar, Death Punisher on the Brightwing, Icex on the Johanna, Weenus on the Cassia, and Tiger on that Hogger again. And in the blue trunks, we have Benzine on Sonya, Plague Pagan on Garrosh, Viper on Anduin, Junkrat will be played by Symbolic, and Chase on the Greymane. And here we are. Everyone's coming to the mid lane as we're supposed to do, as is the law, and here's the storm. So everything is proceeding according to plan. Garrosh gets a toss on Johanna. That's probably the one hero that doesn't care too much about that toss, as long as she's got the D available. Let's pop up the talents. See what we're collecting. So Tashstar is collecting auto attacks. Johanna's collecting globes. Hogger's collecting hitting heroes with the dynamite. Cassia once again going for lightning, and no collection at all going on for what's wave clear. So I think they're going to be looking to collect kills is what they're going to be looking at. So top lane's going to look a little different here solo wise this game. So we've got Sonya and Hogger. I think it's going to be a little closer a matchup. And teams rotating mid-bot a little bit. Once again, the throw on Johanna. Johanna's able to get away. Garrosh taking some damage, but of course, the more damage he takes, the less damage he takes with that armor, so he's going to be okay. CM After Dark going to take their camp. And What's Wave Clear also going to take their camp. So the only question is, who's going to take the bottom camp? Johanna's scouting it out just to make sure nobody's there. I don't know if they're going to take it. We've got 3, 4 in the lane here. Garrosh anchoring there. So they are going to commit to the camp. I think What's Wave Clear? Are they going to let him have it, or is Garrosh going to come in here and try and pull someone out? He does come in to pull someone out. Once again, Johanna, she's doing a good job making sure that she is the target going to be pulled out. It does take a lot of damage, but she does back out. Tassadar getting a couple stacks on his auto attack quest there. Polymorph on Garrosh. And there's the toss. Johanna, she does have her D, and she's low, but she goes back in, bullies Garrosh, and Weenus finishes the kill. Wow, that was a strong play. I would have been the coward. I would have backed up there. So, meantime, we've got Hogger and Sonya. Looks like they're going to be able to double soak here. So, we have our first pause of the game. So hopefully we'll get this resolved here shortly. So chat, while we have a little time here, let's go check out what's going on. So Cassie will be starting that camp. Sonya is on her way. I assume she'll be starting that camp. And the bottom lane, just Johanna. She's not going to be able to do anything down there. She'll have to start thinking about reporting for the camp. And Tiger's up top. So I'm guessing we'll see both teams get their camp and head to the objective. So while we have a break, we'll throw you out to watch something way more interesting than me just pontificate on this, and we'll hopefully be back very, very shortly.
I'm searching for an apprentice. Someone to train in the art of righteous warfare. Someone to carry my shield, my name, and my crusade after I fall in battle. Not everyone is suited for this life. The crusade is a heavy burden, but someone has to carry it. My name is Johanna. I am searching for an apprentice. Interested?
All right, teams are coming back. Evidently, there was an emergency involving some broken glass. can read the story there. Oh, Symbolic has paused it again. Yeah, I think we're all ready to go. All right, here we go. Just like nothing happened. Sonya taking a camp. Venus has gotten a little help from Tassadar here. Johanna getting that last minion there soaked up, and she's going to be heading up. I'm guessing we'll see Brightwing finish the soak there if she has her Z up. I'm assuming she does. Oh, we have an invade here. Hogger coming in and throwing the dynamite and smacking people around and spitting all over them. The wall comes down to save them, but Garrosh very, very low. He does throw Johanna out, but Johanna is going to be able to come back and get the condemn. And Anduin with a nice pull, but it doesn't matter. Weena said, I see you no matter how far away you go. I will find you. I have a very particular set of skills. So that's our second kill for tonight. And 7 is here for After Dark. Not quite here for What's Wave Clear. They've got a whole level here. So are they going to soak? Or are they going to contest it? So it looks like they're just going to soak and try and get 7 before they do anything. I think it's probably going to be too late, so they're just going to have to not contest. Venus gets flipped back this time. It's not Johanna, but Johanna is able to escort him back to safety. So the garage flip wasn't deadly there. In the meantime, Brightwings decided this looks interesting. I'll come up here and play with my friends. We're at 31 here. Venus gets tossed. Fens right back onto Garage. Says, you toss me, I will hurt you. I will make you pay for your insolence. 39, we need one more, and that is an Arcane Punisher going for After Dark. And let's see how many they commit to this. 7 still not quite here for What's Wave Clear. It's almost here, and there's level 7 as we speak. Punisher jumps onto Garrosh. He's got armor, but not that much armor. Anduin says, hey, get back here so I can heal you, and we'll get you back safe. They're just going to have to give this fort. The Punisher's still like 65% health, so Hogger's given up on this push. He's going to go down bot. Not really giving up. I mean, he knows his team's got it well in hand, so Tassadar does finish the auto attack quest there. Grosh does throw Johanna in, but she does have her D and she's able to get out. They did open the wall up for her. And the Punisher's dead, and I see 1 ping for retreat. I don't know if the whole team is on board with that, though. Sonya's coming in. She's going to encourage them to follow their retreat ping, shall we say. Alright, so we have a fort down. 10 is almost here for Clouded Mines. Hogger's here in the bottom, getting a camp, doing solo laner things. And After Dark coming down, I'm guessing we're going to get an invade here. And we do. Sonya's going to go and looks like she's going to clean up that camp. Junkrat throws the mine in and disrupts it, but after it was already taken. So they're going to be content to paint the map red. They're going to let What's Wave Clear deal with that camp and put another camp in play. And this one, are they going to follow it, or are they going to come down and push bottom? Looks like they're going to push bottom. And so at this point, it's in their interest to just make this fight go as long as possible, because that means mid is going to get value here. So they don't really have to win this fight. They just want to make it last long. However, Hogger says, it's okay if we win the fight too, and puts Garrosh away for about 20 seconds. So Johanna being very, very aggressive. She's got Tyra Agar. She has to get out of range there. But she's just swooping in with that condemn. Oh, she took this to do the punish quest. My favorite quest in the game. It's hard to finish, but if you do finish, it feels amazing. So this fort continuing to be whittled down. They've got a little bit of the camp left and some minions, so that's going to be a fort. So Heroic's not quite online yet for What's Wave Clear. Sonya's up here. She should be able to with this wave. That should be 10, so they do have 10s. We'll see if she goes leap or she goes berserker there. We have the light bomb from Anduin. We have Warlord's Challenge, so the big taunt out of Garrosh. And we do see leap, so you've got to watch Sonya getting in and finding a clumped backline and just destroying them all. After Dark, a little bit split here, but I think it's okay. They're up 2 levels. They're not super worried. Everyone's really, really healthy. Brightwing took Blink Heal, so she zapped anyone and within a reasonable range and healed them back up. Tassadar is going to go back and grab that camp. Sonya's going to go back and grab that camp. And the teams are ready. 13 will be here for After Dark, and just as we mentioned it, it's there. Camps are taken at almost exactly the same time, so those camps will fight it out for camp supremacy in the middle of the lane, most likely. So Brightwing going to do a little soak because she can always Z in. The rest of After Dark just hang out on the objective. Hogger doing that cute little square pattern there. And we have a 25-0 lead, so they are really, really burning that thing up. However, the light bomb comes out and, oof, takes Johanna and takes Tassadar and takes Cassie down. So that changes the equation a little bit. Tiger, is he going to escape? He's going to try and get some more of the little skeletons. I believe once Wave clears should finish this up. Tiger's just going to delay it. I don't know if he's going to actually be able to get out alive or not. He does have his Unstoppable. Need 5 more for what's Wave clear. So Tiger was not able to get those last few. In the meantime, though, up in the in the top lane with Brightwing, that keep is under a lot of pressure. So we could, if this fight takes a while, we could be trading Fort for a keep. Sonya's going to go back up and make sure that doesn't happen. And what's Wave clear, not wanting to force the issue without having their 13 talent, they're just going to let the Punisher jump in, and that Frozen Punisher is dead. Johanna moving in aggressively, knowing her team is going to follow her shortly. So she comes in with Condemn. Anduin pulls Greymane back to safety. Garrosh in a little bit of trouble. He's got armor, but he doesn't have that much armor, so Tassadar puts the finishing touches on that kill. So we're at 4-3 kills here for After Dark. In the meantime, I would expect someone to go grab that bottom camp, but After Dark is thinking, why take a camp? There's a fort here. They're trying to nose their way in there. Johanna in the front. They do get the well. I think they might just settle for that at this point. And there goes Hogger. Hogger is spinning all over the camp, throwing dynamite, doing hoggery type things. So this isn't completely out of control. We still have 3 keeps up on both sides. If what's Wave clear can find a way to get to 16, and deleting Cassia is going to help that, of course. Sonya comes in with the leap, and she gets up onto Tassadar. Tassadar pops Archon, and those auto attacks are no joke, but Archon is gone. Sonya, is he going to be able to kill Sonya? He does, but not before Johanna falls. And then we've got all sorts of blue nameplates. Brightwing does blink away. I don't know if Tassadar is going to be as lucky. He's got a whole lot of blue collapsing upon him, and the face ripping we mentioned earlier happens there. Sonya gets credit for the kill, but a lot of that's the Greymane. But in the meantime, in the bottom lane, we have a camp approaching the keep. So kills have been evened up, and actually we have 6-5 in the favor of what's Wave clear at this point. But After Dark still doing a good job of providing that macro pressure and making sure there's a camp in a lane to draw someone back, so they're not letting those fights dictate the flow of the game as much as maybe they could. So teams are milling about. After Dark they have a 16-15 advantage, but they also do not have one of their big DPS, so no engage there. They're going to wait for this camp to pop. Johanna's going to come in and hit it with Condemn. And Cassia is going to help as Hogger kind of anchors out there. In the meantime, Brightwing, nice global play from Death Punisher tonight to remember that if your team's healthy, you don't have to be with them when you can be getting soaked. However, oh, he does hit himself with the E and is able to get away. I thought Garrosh might have made that hurt. And after dark, seeing all the blue at the bottom of the map, they know that they can take the camp at the top. And Brightwing does go down, but are they going to continue with their pattern of trading a kill for some map advantage? And it looks like they are, so that keep goes down. And we've got a camp, and we've got a camp behind it, so they're not going to push it being 4v5. But, ooh, is Garrosh in trouble here? No, he's going to get out. Just 2 ships passing in the night. No one engaging. So after dark, knowing they're down 4v5, they're not going to take a fight. They might even just give this objective entirely. Although Brightwing will be up pretty soon. He should probably have Razee, so I don't know if they'll give it completely. Although maybe they can get this bottom keep here. Cassia's down here, starting to get rid of the minions. They don't have minion support with them, so they're going to have to take this quickly. But it looks like they might pull it off, and they are going to just go ahead and let WHATS Wave Clear have the objective. They do have a fort in that lane that they absolutely do not care about that fort. It does not matter in their plans at this point. Johanna with the Blessed Shield on Garrosh. Garrosh does get back. He throws Johanna. Might have been a mistake because Johanna turns around and I think hit him with a condemn, and that leads to Garrosh going down. Sonya jumps onto Brightwing with a leap. Brightwing goes down, but then Johanna finishes off Sonya. So we have 4v3 here. Nice Riptire hitting a whole lot of people. And after dark, none of them are above 30% health. So are they going to get out? Yet they are going to get out. However, the keep is gone. And if we take a look at the map, we do have the Punisher just chugging away, doing his job up in the top lane. He's going to take that fort. They probably care about the keep wall. So there we can see Johanna and Cassia coming out to meet it. Cassia takes one to the face for the team, but she's got armor. She's okay. And they're going to put that Punisher in the ground. So 1 mortar Punisher down. In the meantime, we talked about macro pressure. There's another camp going in the bottom lane. Really good camp pressure this game. And not a lot to do on the map at this point. Not a lot of minions. I mean, there's 1 wave top, and Johanna and Cassie are going to collect those. This is when the game can get a little bit dangerous because there's not a lot to do, and it's all about being patient right now. And you see they're lining up for a bush party here. So they do have 20, so they do have a huge advantage if they can take a fight. If you're WHATS Wave Clear, you're looking to get some experience. You need just about 1 level. And they sniff it out. Tiger's going to back up. He's not dumb enough to go in there 1v3 or 4. So at this point, After Dark does not have to take a fight. They are firmly in the driver's seat. However, Hogger goes in and spins all over everyone. It's Greymane that goes down first, and then Tassadar finishes off Garrosh. So that's 5v3, and they're going to look for this keep. I don't know if they'll look to end here. I would assume they're going to at least try. Give it the old college try. And that core is trying to defend itself, but I don't know if it's going to defend itself hard enough. As Sonya, Garrosh, and Sonya, Anduin, and Junkrat try and defend here. Core shield is down. Sonya's down. Core's at 80%. Junkrat throws some bombs, but they don't land on anyone. The GGs are being called. And that core is at 20%, and it's going to go to 0. And that is going to lead to a 2-0 domination for Clouded Minds After Dark. All right. So let's head over to the map page, and let's make it official, and we'll mark them down as the winner of the map. So that is a 2-0 domination. Then let's go back and look at some stats, shall we? So let's look at this from a damage point of view. We do see, once again, symbolic, just throwing out tons of damage on the Junkrat, but they just couldn't turn it into the kills they needed at the right time. Although the kills were much closer, it was 1-something, I think 11 in the first game, and here we have 8-12, so it was definitely a little closer there. They did have a couple of team fights where they got an advantage, one to get that Punisher in the bottom, but they weren't able to get the macro pressure to follow up on that. So After Dark gave up a few more kills here, but just the camps rolled, the objectives rolled, except for the two that they gave up, and that's the tail of the tape. Brightwing, if I'm declaring MVP for the second game, I'm gonna give it to Brightwing. I really like the soaking the off lane and then coming in as needed. Some really clutch polymorphs there. So let's take a quick break, and then we'll see if we can't get an interview out of someone from the winning team. We'll see you in a few.
Terra Marines are the toughest frag magnets in the galaxy. But when they're in trouble, guess who they call? Winning a battle is more than just shooting enemy soldiers. It's about saving your own. I protect every member of my squad with my life. Sometimes I think I'm the only thing holding them together. Who am I? I'm Lieutenant Morales. I'm your man. I'm gonna need a lot of bandages.
I was told this suit would be my prison. Suits me just fine. Been called a lot of things. A renegade, an outlaw. Guilty as charged. Makes life exciting. You never know who.
All right, welcome back, everyone. And I have Ice X from Cloud of Mines After Dark. So, how do you guys feel after that 2-0 domination? What's the mood in the locker room like post-game?
It's pretty good. It's always fun bouncing back after you have a not ideal performance in the week prior to come out and get a solid showing. So we're feeling good.
Yeah, that was actually one of the questions I had in mind, because I know you guys kind of took it on the chin a little bit. Did you get dominated, or did you lose 2-1 last match? I can't remember.
I believe it was 2-1. I don't know for sure. I got to put that disclaimer.
I think you're right. I think it was, but I know there was the team was a little dissatisfied with the performance. So, what does your preparation look like to get from that 2-1 last week to the just absolute domination tonight? What's your prep look like?
I mean, our prep was we just need to get a little more practice. Going up into the last week, we had people traveling, life got in the way, so we didn't get as much practice in as we wanted. So, we talked it out, got some nights together that we could, dust off a couple things, as we haven't run a few comps in a while, and so we just kind of got back into playing again, and really just. We all try to learn as much as we can from the mistakes we made last week. Then, for me personally, I'd just be like, okay, that sucks. Forget it, move on, and get ready for the next game, which I think we all did well. Every one of us did a good job just forgetting about last week's result and came out to play.
Yeah, I mean, as someone who watched that last match, this looked like a better team. Not that it was bad last time, but it was just everything was put together. It looked like all the edges were sanded off. You guys were a well-oiled machine tonight. So, tip of the hat to the entire team there.
Yeah, thanks.
So, looking at the standings, you guys came in 2 points out of first, but with 2 matches in hand. So, that bounces you from 16 and 19 points with a domination, which puts you in first place with 1 match in hand still. So, you guys are in the driver's seat at this point. So, anyone coming up that particularly scares you, or if you don't want to reveal that kind of inside information, that's fine.
No, I mean, everybody scares us, in this division. You never, we've watched, or at least I've been able to watch. I believe everybody in this division play, and it's kind of that any given Sunday. You always have to prep for any team kind of deal. So, we're looking forward. I think we're really looking forward to the rematch against amateur opponents because both teams have definitely improved since the last time we played. So that's going to be a fun one. But I'm looking forward to the gauntlet that we have coming down the stretch because I think we have like 5 or 6 games remaining in 3 or 4 weeks. So we're gonna all of a sudden be popping off here in a little bit for how many matches we got.
Well, I think you guys definitely looked up to the task tonight. So I did have a question. That first game, the Hogger versus Samuro. So I play in a division that's lower than B. Let's just say that. Is that Samuro solo lane on Braxis? Is that a thing, or is that something that surprised you guys? Putting them into the solo lane against Hogger like that?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely took us for a loop. We were, we didn't have the last pick. They had the last pick going into that one, so we knew that they could pull something. But when we saw the variant, we thought we were feeling pretty confident that it was going to be variant in the offlane. So we're like, oh, okay, this is interesting that they're showing. So Tiger was prepping for a variant lane. And then they showed the Samuro, and so we were talking about it while we were getting the draft. Like, hey, is it going to be Varian in the 4-man with a smash, or is it going to be Samuro up in the top lane, or a Varian in the off lane with a twin blade, and Samuro in the 4-man? And Tiger's like, I really think it's going to be Samuro. So he started just mentally, figuring out how he wanted to approach that matchup, and yeah. So our main goal was just let's see how Tiger can hold up in that 4-man because I don't think really any of us knew how that matchup was going to go for him. But we kept checking in with him, and he's like, "No, I got it. I'm fine. You guys just stay down bot and keep the pressure." So we're like, "Okay, we're good down here."
Yep. Unfortunately, he had the lane under control. So, which the life of the solo laner, the more you have things under control, the less time you're going to get on camera. So I try to pop out to the solo lane, every now and then. But if you go watch the cast, not going to see as much Tiger as maybe, So Tiger, if your family is watching, I'm sorry, they're not going to get to see you as much as they see the rest of the team. So when you guys report this match, is there a play you pick out as like this is either the best moment of the match or the play of the game or something that sticks out in your memory? Just one.
Oh man, thing that sticks out for us. Gosh, I don't know because I feel like there wasn't. As far as the night went tonight, we didn't really try and force a lot of 5v5 team fights. We came in with a little bit of a different strategy tonight. Really put the pressure on the macro game. But if I had to pick a fight, golly, where would it be? I'm going to give the nod to the only fight that really sticks out in my mind is the one bit on us in the mid bot lane shrine where they got we knew that was the combo they were trying to land. I was trying to call it out as much as I can, like we need to back off here because I think we're going to get caught. And sure enough, Sonya came over the wall and we just got smashed. So that's really the only big fight that stuck out in my mind. I don't, and maybe the rest of the team has one. I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah, I think I would agree there because that fight, you guys were kind of controlling the pace of the game, the tempo and the macro, and then Sonya came in and definitely gave you guys a very, very bad day for a moment there. And they weren't really able to follow up on it, I think, because you guys had the map pressure, so you could, okay, we've given up that, let's get everyone else out of here. But that was the moment when I thought maybe once Wave Clear is actually going to turn this, maybe they're going to be able to make something out of it. But they had to go back and attend to lanes and weren't able to push with the Punisher a lot. So you guys were able to come in and seal the deal. So, all right, before I let you go and celebrate and throw champagne around the locker room or whatever you guys do over there, I'll open the floor. If you have anyone you want to shout out, now is the time.
Yeah, sure. Shout out first and foremost to my team, Cloud9's AD. It's always good, like I said earlier, to get a bounce back when you have a down week to come out and play really well together. The comms were just on fire tonight. Everybody was doing their part. It wasn't just one person. Death did an amazing job on the Brightwing in game 2, just being like, hey, I'm going to go soak here. Call me in when you need me kind of deal, which is, things that we've been slowly working on to improve, and I think it was definitely coming out. You know, people were saying, I'm going to go do this, just letting you guys know. We're like, all right, cool, so we can prep for that. So definitely a lot of good stuff going on tonight from the Clouded Minds team. Shout out to Clouded Minds org. I mean, you're part of it, Rackham. You know, it's always a lot of fun. We do a lot of great things. You know, a lot of team work together and playing around. It really helps us learn from each other. So definitely huge shout out to that. Shout out to you for casting. It's always fun getting casted by another org. I got to go back and watch this. I want to see. You know, I got to see how much you harp on me for my positioning because it was bad in some of those points. Shout out to What's Wave Clear. It was a lot of fun. You know, we definitely were never ever gonna let the Alarat come through. So you know that was completely focused on them, and they, you know, had to do a lot of research for this team, and I think that's just a reflection on how solid of a team they are to build a strategy into this matchup. Yeah, I think that's mostly everybody I give a shout out to. If I forgot anybody, sorry.
All right. Well, I'm going to give a shout out to you and to your team and to What's Wave Clear for putting on a very entertaining series tonight. It's always nice to come up into a vision a little higher than mine and see how this game, how it's supposed to be played. So I'll be inspired to go and win my next Storm League game. We'll see if it happens, but I'll be inspired to do so. So if I don't, that's on me. That's on you guys. So I think that's it for us tonight. So I'll let you go, Ice. Go tell your team I said congratulations. And to all the viewers and stuff, thanks for coming out. And good luck in your games. Good night, everybody.
All right, thanks.